live.
We're live right now. That's how you know. It says live in the corner, Alexandra.
I see it. I'm new to this.
I just love that this is this your first LinkedIn Live?
It's the first one that I have appeared on. I have set up a lot of them in the background, but I've never been on the camera. So yeah, it's my first.
So I don't know who's tuned in yet. Usually there's a couple minutes delay, but this is Alexandra's first TV appearance. And she's very, very nervous. So if you are watching and you want to send her some good vibes or tell her how good she looks or how great she is or what amazement exists in the camera presence
I'll take all of that.
There you go. Tiffany's on deck.
Thanks, Tiffany. Now I feel at home.
Okay, so we'll get the nerves out of the way. Everybody knows who you are. We've got like 30-ish minutes to talk through a lot of stuff. So, and you're the agenda keeper here. So let's do it.
Yeah. So Emma and I thought it would be fun to gather all of our alumni or people potentially wanting to join us at the symposium because we are launching alumni tickets today. They are officially live. We'll send the links there coming up, but we want to just take this time to reflect on some of our favorite moments from past events, talk about what we have to look forward to in 2025. And then for those of you who played along with all of our different contests, like the testimonials and the trivias, we're going to reveal some of those answers and winners today. So that's what's on the agenda today, Emma.
Okay. Who knows if we'll follow it or not? You know what this is like. Alexandra pretty much executes everything to do with the symposium, and I brought my kombucha stay, so just nobody's in the wrong here. It is in fact a happy hour. So you know that like agendas are there just suggestions at this point.
Sure.
So where do you want to start?
I think it'd be fun for us to take a minute and talk about some of our past events, some of the highlights and things that stick out to us from, we've been to Arizona and Miami and Puerto Rico. So you want to share a moment with us first, Emma?
Like any symposium?
Yeah, okay. It's a free for all.
Like just, are we talking like, I don't think I have a most favorite moment. I have like some very memorable moments. I think in Arizona, the comedy roast of Contorno was like the highlight of my life, actually, not just the event, but my entire life and my marriage to him too.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And I loved that, like, I proposed this. So the story goes, we were trying to think of what to do for a charity event. And Aaron Whitwer was one of the first in our cast and crew. And I was like, we need to do a comedy roast of David Contorno. And everyone tried to talk me out of it. They were like, this is going to bomb. Like, you think it's going to be funny, but it's not going to be funny. But I was determined. And Ben Winfield and Chris Yarn just, they did an amazing job. But what I loved the most was I just said to David, hey, would you be up for being roasted in front of a lot of people? And he was like, yeah, sure. I probably deserve it.
Yeah. He was a good sport. And so were you.
He answered no questions. He asked no questions. He was just like, I'll do it. Do whatever you need. And he was such a good sport. And it was just like hearing that many people laugh so much was like it's like a core memory, I think. What about you?
Yeah, it was really good. Mine actually is also a charity event, but at the Miami conference. My experience in the conference is a little different than a lot of the people who attend because I'm all over the place, running around, doing a million things. And the carnival had so many moving parts, so many different vendors. And so I had 10 minutes to get ready. So the carnival was kind of being set up and I had 10 minutes to get ready. And I ran up to my room, got ready, and I'm walking back down to the carnival and everyone in the hotel that I walked by is smiling at me and being really friendly. And I was like, this is a weird energy for the Biltmore Hotel. And so I get out and I see the YOU Powered Benefits team and everyone is dressed in their carnival costume. And it was not until that moment that I realized that I was wearing a lion costume walking through the Biltmore Hotel. And that's why everyone was looking at me. Like, you're just so go, go, go. You don't even realize what you're doing. It's just like movement. So that was, it took a minute to just be like, okay, I'm in a lion's costume. This is my job. This is funny. So that was a highlight for me. Kind of just
you look so cute. And I feel like we nailed it, by the way. And the carnival, I think that's the only time you and I butted heads actually over symposium planning. Because
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
No.
So every year, if anyone here has not been to You Powered, every year we do a charity event. The first year was the Roast of David Contorno. The second year was the carnival. And the third year was our salsa dancing, which was fantastic. But the second year, I was like, Miami is such a wild place. So when you start looking up, like, we're trying to do a carnival, it's like, do you want a giraffe? Do you want like a lion? And I'm like, yes, I want a freaking giraffe. And Alexandra was like, you cannot have a giraffe.
I was like, no, I'll be the lion.
Actually,
this is what you get.
Like, there are people that will rent you a giraffe, so I can get a giraffe. And as it turns out, we argued back and forth for quite a while, but then the hotel nixed it.
Yeah, they were on my team. No live
animals. Probably didn't want PETA showing up anyway, but we did have oh my God, all of them have been so much fun. All of them.
Yeah. So that's kind of a good lead into charity events. What do we have on the menu for the charity event of 2025? I know this is something you're very excited about.
I am. So in 2025, we are doing our annual charity event. Sadly, we'll be getting rid of our raffle. My dear boy, Caleb, who we fundraise for his scholarship fund, is moving on. He's becoming a high schooler. So we will fundraise privately for his school, but we are keeping the charity event, which benefits a charity of our choosing, usually something to do with healthcare. And in 2025, we're going to be doing a celebrity fashion show. And that means you can either volunteer to be part of our fashion show, which does mean you need to don some kind of outfit, and catwalk. You gotta give the best catwalk, and it will be voted upon by an audience of your peers. Or you'll be voluntold, which basically means the cast and crew will end up doing it. But yeah, celebrity fashion show is 2025.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. And I think before we move on from our past events, we've had some really good speakers that have shown up for us. Oh, I see the question. This is actually T. I'm in a time zone where it is 1 o'clock right now, so I'm not yet partaking in the happy hour.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, we've had some good speakers in the past. Emma, who have been some of your standouts?
Oh my gosh. G-By, obviously. She was in Miami. She was like amazing.
So sweet. And she's just a good person.
Like the sweetest, the tiniest, sweetest little human being that ever walked this earth, I'm pretty sure. She is so humble. Like, she thanked me for for bringing her. I was like, are you kidding? I can't believe we got you. Marty McCary, obviously, he's, what surprised me about Marty, and I know it now, so I know this about him, but some of the first times I met him, he's so very naturally, organically funny. And what I love about him is that he'll kind of do some recon, like he'll spend time in our crowds ahead of whatever his speaking engagement is. And so when he gets on stage, he actually refers to people by their names. He remembers their family members. Wow. He does a really, really, really great job. And a few of my recent favorites, Deb Alt always knocks it out of the park. I just did a session with her in Puerto Rico. She just nails it every single time. And she's not afraid to just say what it is or how it is. I thought Stacey Fry and David Ballot had excellent chemistry in San Juan, which was really needed because the content, like the topic of politics and healthcare, is so dry that Stacey really like brought the funny to it. There's just been like so many. I've Taylor Miles when he did the hot sauce challenge on stage. That was hilarious. Like, yeah, that was good. Good ones. There's too many.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really good speakers, and I know there are already a few speakers on our agenda for 2025, but we're looking for even more. So we need to. This is my first live, okay, and it's not letting me put the link comment in here. So after this, I will put the link for speaker submissions. Because we're still looking for some of those. But are we ready to reveal any 2025 speakers yet, Emma? Or are we still keeping that hush hush for now?
Okay. I'm actually really stoked. Has anyone heard that word since the 80s? I'm stoked, bro. Because this in 2025, we actually have some really what I would consider like high tier speakers, like big names. That it's taken us a few years to prove our credibility, but I think it's really helped us now that we're approaching speakers. And so There's one that I cannot reveal until very close to the time, because it is a political guest that is still very active in the administration. So I can't say anything about that person, but I can say that we did confirm George Foreman IV as one of our featured speakers. And he is just one of the most lovely human beings. Just incredible. Everyone's going to adore him. And he happens to be a fantastic speaker, so he'll be there. And there'll be a few surprise speakers too.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him. You've raved about him, and I'm excited to see who else makes the agenda cut after they apply using the link that Stacy shared. Thanks, Stacy. So Emma, you had a chance.
Some of these ideas. Hold on. Have you been watching the chat? So Jose suggests that we should have a fashion show of a Nurse Deb line of jackets, or maybe you just want a line of jackets. But I'm thinking we should do a segment where it's just we have to come dressed as our favorite YOU Powered speaker. That would be cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
There's great
into a look-alike.
Artie's fantastic. Jeff is always good. And of course, we will revisit this. So in San Juan, we very last minute had some agenda changes and we couldn't do the head-to-head, the two Davids. We will be doing that in 2025. Absolutely no question. So that is on the agenda too.
Awesome. Yeah, those are awesome suggestions. Emma, you had a chance to go to Anaheim earlier this year and check out our space, right?
Yeah, it was.
How was that?
It's good. It's really good. So historically we've always capped attendance at the YOU Powered Symposium. There's something about the it's not that we don't want anybody to be able to attend. We do want everybody. It's a very inclusive platform, but we didn't want to just allow, absolutely anybody. And so we've always capped our attendance, knowing that people who grab tickets, they're the ones that really, 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 really want to go. And so that's the reason we've done that the last 3 years. We've always capped it at 450, and we've sold out most years. This year we're going to go a little bit bigger, not too much, because again, we don't
stress me out, Emma. Don't stress me out.
I'm telling you, like when you get 400, 500 is the same. I promise.
Yeah. Okay.
We are expanding it a little bit just to see if we can still maintain like the personability of the conference. I think what's really special about YOU Powered is that if you spend any time like in hallways or in between sessions and tracks and you pay a little bit of attention, you get to hear some really impactful conversations happening. And we've seen people crying, we've seen people hugging, we've seen people like high-fiving. Like you really make a solid connection with people, and we don't want to lose that. So we're opening up a little bit, chose a bigger space. And because of that, we have the entire hotel at our disposal. So the entire bottom floor of the hotel is going to be only for YOU Powered. And it's a beautiful location. We've got more room for our exhibitors and some special areas for our sponsors, speaker green rooms, breakout tracks, a mass. So I think everyone's going to really enjoy it.
Yeah. That presents us with a cool opportunity to add a new speaker or sponsor package. This year, we're going to be able to offer exhibitor storefronts. Emma, do you want to tell our audience a little about those?
Yeah, I want everybody to make note that she's asking all the questions. So if anybody has a question for Alexandra, please put it in the chat. Yeah, the sponsorships we're doing a little bit differently this year. So in our location in Anaheim, we have what we're calling sponsor storefronts. So essentially our higher paying sponsors will get their exhibitor booth or whatever it is that they purchase in the sponsor package, but they'll also get an actual, like a meeting room that can facilitate a few dozen people at a time. They'll be able to customize the storefront entirely, like think of a massive glass wall where you can put all of your marketing, invite people in. And we've also adjusted the agenda. So instead of track 1 and track 2, which will still happen throughout the day, we'll have sessions where our sponsors can arrange smaller work groups or think tanks in their sponsor's storefront. So it's a more private, slightly smaller meeting room. So we're just trying to make it so that it provides as much value as possible. Our sponsors, every sponsor that goes to a conference, they make a massive investment of their money and their time and their staff in order to go. And so it's really important that they're not disappointed by that when they leave. So we've put a lot into that for 2025.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited for about this space, is the opportunities it presents for our sponsors specifically to really connect with the audience in a deeper way than maybe they've been able to in our past events. So I'm looking forward to that too. And I'm excited to get out there and see it in person like you have. It looks gorgeous. If you go to our website, you can see there's a few photos of the venue on there now, and our room block will be coming out soon. We also are offering, Emma calls it, what did you call it here? The bidding, the bidding process.
Yeah,
the sponsorship bid.
Yeah. So we this year, or I say this year, it's weird having a conference in February.
I know.
It's done. This year is now next year.
Yeah.
2025. If you go, like, if you want to sponsor and you're not sure, do you like, how much of an investment do you want to make? What do you want to get out of it? If you see a sponsorship package and you're like, kind of, but not really, you can actually bid on a package of your choosing. So you can go to the website and fill out the sponsor bid form. So you can tell us, like, well, how much exactly do you want to spend? How many people do you want to bring? And what do you want? Do you want a booth? Do you want to be able to speak? Do you want breakout sessions? Do you want customized trinkets? Do you want to have an offsite event? And you answer all these questions, and then there's an opportunity for you to really lay out, here's what I want, and here's how much I have to give to this. And we basically review it and say, we can do this, this, and this. We might not be able to do that, but how about this? And so you get to essentially build your own sponsorship package and put a bid in for that package. And we do our absolute best to make sure that happens. And we have done that every single year. We just haven't had an official process for it until now.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what kind of creativity these people bring to us, because this is a very creative industry. So I'm sure we'll get some
funny, actually.
Some good
Can you
suggestions.
imagine, like, I want to see what Taylor Miles would suggest. Like,
Yeah.
he brought, the last conference I went to, I'm pretty sure he brought like 100 bottles of hot sauce in like its own container. So like, I would love to know like what Taylor Miles thinks is a perfect sponsorship package for hot sauce. I would say yes to that no matter what it was, I think.
Yeah, somebody get in touch with Taylor Miles right now. Have him join. Something else I think is important to note about this venue, which is a touchy subject for you, Emma, but it's walking distance to the Disneyland Resort.
Okay. I'm so sorry, you guys. I am one of those curmudgeons that doesn't like Disney. Okay,
He's a hater.
I'm not a Disney person. It stresses me out, and I'm angry the whole entire time. People are like, "This is the happiest place on earth." I'm like, why am I mad all the time that I'm here? I don't know. So,
Yeah.
No, it is. It's literally across the street, and it's not just Disney. You can drive a little bit and go to Universal. I just took Caleb to Super Mario World for his special trip. Like, there's so much to do in and around LA. It's not just Disney, but if you're into that, we will be offering discounted park passes through the hotel. And in normal fashion, we generally have a day before event. So we will be having, Kimberly mentioned a ladies' night that we had in Miami, which we shall not talk about.
No. Stays in Miami.
But we hopefully those dancers do too. But we will be having a pre-event outing to California Adventure, where a bunch of women will be getting together, jumping on a big party bus and heading out to California Adventure. Maybe we'll see, like, if Stacy Fry seems good for that. Actually, I'm going to put her in charge of this outing.
Yeah, I'm so glad when I started talking with you before I was hired, you didn't know that I love Disney, because I feel like it would have changed your mind. Like, I actually worked for Disney, so that altered the love a little bit. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot of Disney haters in here in the chat.
I feel actually very, very validated right now. Thank you. Usually, aside from Bordeaux giving me crap, usually people are not supportive of my loathe of Disney, but it's not. Listen, it's not Disney itself. I think, you know what it is? It's Disney adults. I'm bothered.
Well, yeah, they ruin it. I'm a fan of Disney, but not Disney adults. Okay. But Stacey's right. You have to go drink around the park at Epcot. That it'll change your mind, maybe.
Yeah, okay. I have seen her do that a couple of times through social media, and I do think that would improve the experience for sure. So I'm willing. Yeah. He's in charge of the pre-California Adventure Girls outing. There you go.
You're welcome, Stacey.
What else reveal?
So to reveal for 2025?
Yeah. Is there anything else? What about, like, I want Alexandra to talk through what it's like for you, because I really mean it when I say, and people have heard me say this before, I come up with some kooky, crazy idea. And although sometimes she gives me a look where she's like, I'm not going to say anything because she's too nice, but somehow she makes it all work and she executes everything. She coordinates absolutely everything throughout the entire year. I mean, I don't think people understand, unless you run a conference at this magnitude, like the work, we take a break in March when it's all done. Yeah. And then it just starts back up again. So what are the highlights for you? Because you're like running through it all the time.
Yeah, I think the highlights, I don't know why, but I still consider myself new to this industry, even though I've been here for a while now. But the highlights for me are really just communicating with these people via email that I don't know, getting them prepared to show up to the conference, because I communicate with all of our speakers and all of our sponsors to make sure they have what they need. And so then getting to finally meet these people, even if it's a brief moment of conversation, those are highlights for me. And I also love, even though your crazy ideas drive me crazy, I love that every year is different and I never know what to expect. And I think I'm getting more comfortable with the role and having my opinions about what I think should happen and things that we could maybe do and putting those forward. And so it's been a cool development to see in myself of like, I still will execute your ideas, but then I'll share the ones that I have with you now too, because I've learned how to think outside the box from working with you. So it's been interesting. It's always interesting putting on these conferences.
There's an interesting group of folks that attend too. Yeah. And a lot of people have become the inner circle. And this comment from Stacy struck me because everybody always asks what event planning team or what firm we use, and we don't. It is literally me and Alexandra and our volunteers, which are our cast and crew. Stacy is one of our cast and crew, Joel Daniels, Aaron. I mean, I see a bunch of them here, but I think like we would be remiss in not mentioning that, you know, we do a lot of the detail work, but a lot of our symposium is executed by volunteers in this industry that don't get paid to do it, and they often pay their own way there. So I think that's what I mean when I say, like, there's not another community like this that exists, at least not for me. And I think that's part of, you know, Alexandra being kind even under pressure, you know. So kudos to you. You do a fantastic job.
Thank you. And I love our casting crew. It's really nice to have a team that day of when something's happening, I'm like, Joel, I need you to move this giant like hanging banner thing to this other room. Like, it's really nice to have people that I can just send a text and they're there. So we do have a great team.
All right. Well, we have some giveaways.
We do. It is time for our giveaways. So if you've been following us on LinkedIn, we had our testimonial contest and our trivia contest. We're going to do trivia first because I have all of the names in a hat preset. So that's what we're doing first, is trivia. And I'm going to put Emma in the hot seat, and I'm going to ask her the trivia questions so that everyone can learn the answers, and then we'll see who our winner is. And what do they win, Emma, if they win this?
Actually the prize is the same. You get your flight and your registration into the 2025 YOU Powered Symposium covered on behalf of the YOU Powered cast and crew.
Yes. Okay, so trivia day 1. Are you ready, Emma?
Yeah, it's going to be really terrible if I don't know these answers.
It will be bad. So here we go. Good luck. This is live. Okay. Who was the keynote speaker at the 2022 event, and what was one key takeaway from their session?
Okay, first of all, I had to think of which one 2022 was, because again, the problem with our conference in February. 2022 was our first one.
Yes.
In Arizona. The keynote, actually shout out to our featured speakers, which was Deb Alt and the absolutely phenomenal, who I miss so much, Marshall Allen. They were our featured speakers. And then our keynote was Marty McCary. And, you know, I will say this, and I'm going to keep it very, very brief. Prior to hearing Marty talk at that conference, I was a very, very, very vaccine forward person. I still am, like, I believe vaccines are good, but he gave some really, really good insight and data into what natural immunity means. and how to assess and analyze it. And I just thought that how he talked through it, and because it was such a divisive topic at the time too, a mix of people in the audience, and how he spoke through it, it really gave me pause, and it caused me to think a little bit differently. So that was my biggest takeaway from his for sure.
That's awesome. And that's very impressive for him as a speaker to take on a topic like that and make you kind of rethink the way you thought about things. That's awesome.
Okay, what's question 2?
Okay, question 2. So we had caricatures at Miami, and the only reason we were able to have caricatures was because of what sponsor?
Okay, so the sponsors was a joint sponsorship from
trick question.
Unum and Colonial, brought to us by Eric Silverman. So I would give all 3 of them credit for that.
Yeah, and I'm excited because we're planning to have caricatures back at the 2025 event. So if anyone's interested.
I adore my caricature. My goal is in Anaheim, our caricatures will be so good that people will make their LinkedIn profile their caricature from YOU Powered. That would make me so happy.
We'll have to tell our artist. Be ready for these to be all over LinkedIn. Okay, this one, I was kind of disappointed in our audience for not getting this one correct. Okay, so Emma, good luck. At the Puerto Rico event, EHIM surprised guests with a musical performance at the opening reception. What is the style of music called that is native to San Juan, Puerto Rico?
I only know this because we had to figure out how to get one. Shout out to the EHIM team. If you recall, fun, not so fun memory, my dear, adorable friend Rachel Strauss broke her dang foot. And she was supposed to open that whole reception. It was a plena band.
Yes, Plena was the name of the band at the opening reception. I saw the answer of salsa, which we did have salsa later at our event, but that night it was a Plena band. Yeah. Okay, day 4. We've kind of already talked about this, but name 3 people who are on our cast and crew. Emma, you have to name them all.
Okay. Chris Yarn, Sims Thompson, Eric Silverman, Joel Daniels, David Contorno, Sally Pace is on our cast and crew, Aaron Whitworth, Lester Morales, Nancy Giacalone, Ben Winfield, and you. Did I get everybody?
Sounds good to me.
And Jose, DJ Jose. There's another one too. Oh, and we have new additions. So in 2025, we actually have new cast and crew, and we'll have some new award hosts too.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. There's a contest going on currently. I will later drop the link for that as well in this chat. If you're interested in hosting the awards, we will add the link there for you to send in your video.
This is a great idea. Maybe we'll change out the celebrity fashion show for a 90s party, but you can't get in unless you're actually dressed as if you're from the 90s. Like you have to go all out, otherwise you're not getting in.
That's your ticket in. It's your costume. Okay, and the very last question, day 5. At our 2024 YOU Awards in San Juan, there was a surprise hot sauce wing eating contest. What is the name of the hot sauce brand contestants had to try while answering industry questions?
Bear River Bottling. Bear
That is correct. That is correct. Okay. Bear River Bottling. And who is the owner of this?
Taylor. He's my favorite. Taylor Miles. Yeah, I have his hot sauce in my pantry. I absolutely adore it.
So, good. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try it. So Taylor, once you are brought here by all of these comments, make sure you bring me some hot sauce.
Yeah, someone tag Taylor Miles.
Yeah. He's been a hot topic during this conversation. Okay.
Hot topic.
That was good. So now I'm going to use my really classy Costa Rica beer hat to pick a winner. Thank you to everyone who participated in the trivia. I thought it was fun. Hopefully you thought it was fun. And the winner is Grayson Owen. Owen. He gets to attend the conference on us and his flight on us as well.
Oh my God.
Then we had the testimonial contest. Let me switch out my participants in my hat.
You have two different hats.
Yeah. No, same hat, different piles. Okay. So the winner from the testimonial, thank you again to everyone who shared all of your memories and favorite moments from the symposium, is Hal Schlenger. I don't know, did I say that right, Emma?
Yes, you did.
Perfect, Hal Schlenger, congratulations. I will be reaching out to Grayson and Hal for more information on that. But thank you guys for playing. I appreciate the participation in those kind of things.
That this is either Hal or Grayson because it just says LinkedIn user, but identify yourself, LinkedIn user.
Yeah, LinkedIn user.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was all I had on my put together agenda. Emma, do you have any other thoughts you want to share with our awesome alumni before we depart?
Yeah, first of all, excellent time management skills. This is why Alexandra is the very, very best. I just want to throw out a few reminders. First, alumni tickets are now officially open following this happy hour. If you are an alumni, it means you can get a ticket at the lowest possible price. Otherwise, you're going to unfortunately end up paying more than you have to. So don't be a healthcare non-hero and get your ticket. I was going to make a healthcare joke and it didn't come to me quick enough.
It's okay. I liked it.
So get your alumni ticket. Two other things. Speaker submissions are still open. So if you want to speak about something, whether that's on a panel, whether you want to be one of a featured, whether you want to take the stage solo, we want as many submissions coming in as possible. Our cast and crew and our planning committee will go through them and elect those folks and let you know if your speaking submission has been accepted. There are going to be a lot of new speaker benefits in 2025. We'll have a speaker green room where you'll get some special treatment. And you will also have access to our brand new member community, which Alexandra needs to talk about real quick before we go. And the second thing is we do still have a little bit of time left, I think, for auditions. If you would like to be one of the annual awards hosts that take the stage on our awards night, we would love to hear from you. You just have to make a quick video of yourself telling us why you think you'd be absolutely hilarious and funny and engaging and wonderful as one of our award hosts for that evening, and maybe you'll get to host the awards in 2025.
Those were great recaps, Emma. Thank you for doing that. The forum is something that we've talked about for a while, actually, because something we love about our community is how joint we are when we're together at the symposium, all of the connection, and we want that to be something that's able to last throughout the year and between the symposiums. So we will soon be launching our alumni forum. So once you purchase your ticket for the 2025 event, you will be given access to this forum where you can talk with other members who have been to the symposium. We'll have different topics and themes going on in there. We'll be sending reminders for upcoming events, all different kinds of stuff. It's going to be a really great way to just continue community throughout the year. So if you're an alumni, you'll be getting an email from us probably sometime later this week, early next week, that is live and that we want you to participate.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Alexandra has been working really, really hard to bring this online forum together. We want to make sure that everybody stays connected throughout the year, that we can brainstorm with each other, that we can vent with each other, that we can connect with each other without there having to be this big event that happens to bring us all together. You do have to be an alumni. You have to have attended a prior YOU Powered symposium in order to access the forum. So as much as I would love for you to invite all of your friends must first come to the YOU Powered symposium, and then they will have access to the alumni community forum. But that's going to be launched later this week, along with some other surprises that you'll hear from either myself or Alexandra. But we're like in core planning stage, and we're so excited. So get your submissions in, throw in your auditions, check out the sponsorship bid process that's new. There's so much going on, and I think it's our best one yet. I say that every year, and I'm right every year. So why would I do this year?
Best one yet. Hashtag Anaheim for you.
Thanks, everybody, for all your comments. Thank you, Alexandra.
Yes, thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.